Unit 75. The article the. Extra information. Children and the children. When we are talking about things or people in general, we don't use the article the. Whether those things or these things were countable or uncountable. I am afraid of dogs. For example, dogs here is general, so we don't use the article the. We say dogs, we don't say the dogs. But if you want to specify dogs, you can say, if for example, the dogs in my house. In my house specifies the dogs. That's why we use the article the. If you speak about a specific or certain group of dogs. Doctors are paid more than teachers. Here we speak about doctors in general and teachers in general. That's why we don't use the article the. If we speak about certain doctors, for example, the doctors in this hospital, we say the doctors in this hospital. So we specify, we use the article the. And if we speak about teachers, for example, teachers in this room, we say the teachers in this room. Here, specific teachers. So we use the article the. Do you collect stamps? Here, stamps in general. So we don't use the article the. If we speak about specific stamps, for example, stamps on the envelope or stamps on the box, then we say the stamps on the box, the stamps on the envelope. Crime is a problem in most big cities. Crime here is general, so we don't use the article the. Life has changed a lot in the last 30 years. Life here is general, so we don't use the article the. Also, crime and life are abstract nouns. With abstract nouns, we don't use the article the. Like love, like poverty, like friendship. Do you like classical music? Do you like Chinese food? Do you like fast cars? Here, classical music, Chinese food and fast cars are general. That's why we don't use the article the. My favorite sport is football, skiing and athletics. Here sports are general, so we don't use the article the. My favorite subject at school was history, physics and English. Here we speak about history in general, physics in general and English in general, so we don't use the article the. If you want to specify a certain course, you use number along with the course. For example, history 212, physics 123. And English, for example, English 1. We don't use the article the. We say most people, most books, most cars. When you want to limit the number and you say a majority of something, we use the word most. It means not all. It is part of something. So in this case, we don't use the article the with most. We say most hotels accept credit cards. Here, most hotels, we don't use the article the with most. But if you use most in the superlative adjective, for example, the most beautiful, the most intelligent, then you use the article the. B. We use the when we mean specific thing, when we mean specific things or people. When we speak in general, we don't use the article the. When we speak about specific people or things, then we use the article the. Children learn from playing. Here we speak about children in general. So we don't use the article the. We took the children to the zoo. Here we mean specific children. For example, our children. So we use the article the. We don't take any other people's children. We take our children, for example, or specific children here. That's why we use the article the. I couldn't I couldn't live without music. Music here in general. Music uncountable but general. So we don't use the article the. The film wasn't very good, but I liked the music. Which music? The music which is in the film. Specific music, the music in the film. That's why we use the article the. All cars have wheels. We speak about cars in general. So we don't use the article the. All the cars in this car park belong to people who work here. Look at the phrase in this car park. In this car park specifies the cars. That's why we use the article the. We say all the cars in this car park belong to people who work here. Specific cars. Sugar isn't very good for you. We speak about sugar in general. So we don't use the article the. Can you pass the sugar, please? If you are sitting on the table and having food, and there is a sugar on the table, then there is sugar on the table, then you ask your mother or your brother to pass the sugar. Here, sugar is specific. That's why you use the article the. So you can say, can you pass the sugar, please? English people drink a lot of tea. Here we speak about English people in general. So we don't use the article the. But on the other hand, the English people I know. Look at the clause I know. I know specifies people. The English people. Some of the English people. I know. Since I know them, they are specific. So we say the English people I know drink a lot of tea. So we use the article the. C. The difference between something in general and something specific is not always very clear. So you must concentrate. For example, in general, we say, I like working with people. People here is general. So we don't use the article the. I like working with people who are lively. So we don't use the article the. People who are lively in general. So we don't use the article the. I like the people I work with. The people in my office. I work with a specific group of people. So here the people are specific. So we use the article the. Do you like coffee? Here we speak about coffee in general. So we don't use the article the. Do you like strong black coffee? Here we speak about strong black coffee in general and we still don't use the article the. Did you like the coffee we had after dinner last night? Here we speak about specific coffee. Which coffee we had after dinner last night. Specific coffee. So we say the coffee we had after dinner last night. We use the article the. Thank you.